It's Tuesday night, so you know what that means. It's another exciting episode of Certified Unscripted. My name is Vera Jones, and I am your host. It has been a crazy last month for me. It has been a crazy last month, maybe more, for the nation. In a landmark ruling, Dobbs versus Jackson Women's Health Organization removed the federal protections for women seeking abortions, knocking down Roe versus Wade, which took us back almost 50 years of legislation. Clarence Thomas, it is said, wants to also upend same-sex marriage, same-sex relations, and the use of contraceptives, and people are upset, including the Wnba, who has been a long-time supporter of women's health, as well as the LGBTQ plus community. So we've got a lot to talk about. I told you, real life always parallels sport and vice versa. Somehow they're intertwined. We cannot have sport if we do not have life. So we always try to knock off the show a little bit and talk about it. One of the first things that I wanted to make sure that I say is just a happy heavenly birthday to Renard Haywood. Renard Haywood is the brother of our wonderful executive producer, Rita Haywood, who lost his life, I believe, last year to COVID. So we're very, very serious about making sure that we take care of ours here on that show. And we recognize all of the people in our lives that keep us doing what we do. And that is loving basketball and loving you for joining us. So for all of you that are out there on Facebook and YouTube, got a bunch of questions that have come in from YouTube already. Promise I'm going to do really, I'm going to do my best to get to them, but I can't do it alone. I have to get started. Guess who just decided she was going to come back to the show? Just show up tonight. The general manager. The general manager, we call her the GM of the three-time WNBA champion Los Angeles Sparks. Under her watch, she was also a player and coach with the Sparks organization. And of course, she is the point guard for our team as well. Penny, welcome back, sweetie.
I know, Vera, I have missed you guys, but out there, like say in the real world, life gets busy sometime, and I don't went away. I was super excited to be back today. I was so happy to see your face and Rita's face, So hey, I'm back. Let's get it cracking.
Yeah, we got a lot to chomp on tonight. I'm supposing that those other two players on our team will pop in and grace us with their presence. I am, of course, talking about Teresa Weatherspoon, as you know, a New York Liberty legend, should be checking in and joining us in a little bit, as well as Ruthie Bolton, who we actually had a lot of fun with Ruthie last week, talking about the whole the documentary, the show. Why am I having a brain fart?
Oh my God! You know what? I just saw it this weekend. I just had time to see it this weekend.
What a show!
It was amazing. And you know what? I wish Ruthie does come on, because Ruthie is my hero.
Oh my gosh, wasn't that good?
And the deal with playing at that such high level, hey, she got the right name, Mighty Ruthie, okay?
Mighty Ruthie, right. And we've got a mighty guest that's going to join us in just a little bit. But before I even get to that exciting stuff, I wanted to pick your brain on, because you know how you're that player, like on the team, that would be the one that comes in a huddle and goes, I don't want to say anything, but I heard. That's who you are to us, right? So what's going on with Tina Charles?
Hey, you know what? I'm telling
you. What you hear?
I was like, wow. You have what do you have? You have people out there saying that she had already quit the team before she got the divorce. It's interesting because Phoenix is going through a lot right now. And, if she did quit, I'm hoping she got the divorce before she quit, because if she quit, it's a bad look, But, my God, joining Seattle, they're going to be stacked. It's going to be interesting how they can integrate her with Brianna Stewart, Jewel Lord, and Sue Bird now that the season's on and gone. But here's what I do want to say. Diana say, with or without Tina, the ship will run. I am the GOAT. Diana's like, I am the GOAT. Just go at 27. The last two games without Tina, Phoenix has won. They had already played several games without her. And my God, when when stuff start rolling down here, start rolling, with Brittany and now Tina, But I think Phoenix, as long as you got Diana, you got a chance, even at her age now, because I tell you, it's nothing for the size of the heart. Yeah. And, you know, speaking of Brittany, just for a second, you know, obviously I've been, you know, the world's just been in awe, hoping that she'll come back home. And this latest episode with her, I'm trying to figure out, wait a minute, the trial starts on Friday, but you already extended her detention time another 6 months. You know, it's a little scary. And I'm just hoping by the grace of God that she could, you know, get out of there before the end of the year.
Yeah, it's when you think about, like, for me, it just blows my mind. Years ago, we weren't really meshing sports with real world stuff, right? We we were, but we weren't, right? Not to the level that we're seeing now with what has happened. Everything from Roe versus Wade now out the door to what has happened to Brittany Griner and how that has changed the lives. And I got a comment. I get a bunch of stuff. I got a comment actually that came into my text that I would share. It was a little edgy, but bears question.
Share it. Yeah.
I'm gonna share it where he says, "I'm calling in my question for the week on my personal phone." Who does that?
Already.
That's how serious our fans about this show, right? He went and got my personal phone. Okay. If Sue Bird was locked up in any other country for any reason, how long before she's home? Just want to throw that out there.
You know, to be honest with you, with the time that we're in right now, I really believe if it's Sue, Brittany, or whoever, I believe they would hold, she would be there for a while, no matter if it's Sue or anybody.
Yeah.
Because right now, what we're calling detention is really hostage. You know, that's kind of like my personal feel on it.
Nope, mine too.
Hey, Spoon, what up, my girl?
What's up, y'all? What's up? I'm listening.
Because we all know, anybody that played overseas, and Spoon, you know this, if an athlete had got stopped for something like that, we would have been right there on the court the very next day playing basketball overseas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't even been a question. I think because of all the tension between America and Russia, that this is a hostage situation, and we need to call it that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you said it, Penny. If something like that would have happened to us overseas during the time we played, heck, our club would have gotten us off. But the thing that, like you said, this is a political situation here.
Yes.
And they're talking, and as they're talking and saying, no, it's not, she's not a political pawn. Come on, you guys. What they're trying to show us is the severity of it and what they're going to do to get what they want. That's what they're going to do to us. And it hurts me. It pains me when I saw her face.
Mm-hmm.
And it made me mad because I'm trying to figure out, before you came on, when I was like, they're escalating it because obviously they haven't asked it's about to come. They escalating it now. Because how of a sudden, like I said, I don't get it. Okay, she's about to go on trial on Friday, but Spoon, explain to me how you get 6 months extension.
6 months extension.
The trial hasn't even started.
Yeah. So it's a lot of things that are out there that have, and you know, there's been grumblings that, and it seems minor now that the whole thing with Tina Charles having the expectation, I guess, to play with Brittany, that seems minor, right? By comparison of what Brittany's family and loved ones or wife is going through right now. So, man, life is life. That's all I can tell you. But every once in a while, we get to celebrate life by getting really, really famous people on our show, even more famous than you two. All right, I'm gonna stop. Let me see if I can do this. I want to do this. I was going to give
famous than me, Bear.
Nobody's more famous.
Let that hair down on that thing. Let that hair down on that thing.
You can get down with that too.
Let that hair down on that thing.
I want to let me see if I can. No, I don't want to do that. I want to do this. Hold on. I want to share something here if I can. Here we go. We're going to share the screen. And let's see if I can pull this up and do it right. All right. Everybody hold their breath. Let's see if I know what I'm doing. Can you see that?
No.
No?
Nope.
Of course not. Of course not. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Just everybody. Y'all talk about, okay, here. Let me give you a question. Boom. Here's a question. That way y'all will talk while I'm doing, because that's why we're certified unscripted. It is totally Unscripted, because I don't know what we're doing. Here's a good one. Boom. What's your thoughts on Chenny leaving her team to do the draft? Did you hear about that? Chenny, you did, Penny?
I'll let you
to
go
do the
first,
NBA
Dawn.
draft.
Hey, I'm just hearing this. I didn't know she left the team. What I thought was she was just able to balance things out so well. She's multitasking. I have no clue that she was leaving the team.
Well, she didn't leave for good. She left to go do the NBA draft and came back.
Yep.
Well,
So
did
she miss games?
She did miss a game, right?
They got beat that game too.
Man,
that's tough. That's tough.
I can say this. If it was negotiated before, because I remember Lisa's last year, I think it was her last year or next last, I don't know what it was. And I remember, I think it was either the ESPYs or the BET. I can't remember. It's been so long ago. But I remember it was a big event and we happened to be playing right across the street. And it was next to her last year. And I know Lisa actually was going to play. And I said, Lisa, maybe you should go because they were honoring her, which I thought was interesting too, that the league maybe should have rescheduled Becky Hammond's game to let her do the Hall of Fame, considering that it was so big. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Right.
Of that magnitude, because you only get one time to be inducted. You know what I'm saying? To the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Rescheduled that game, and I agreed to. I okayed it for Lisa to go. So that's why I say it's one of those situations where it probably was negotiated in the beginning, knowing before the sparks were at the bottom.
Right. And a lot of times we don't get that information.
Yeah. So it's one of those things, because one thing I do know about Shanae, I like her dearly. And, even when I saw it, I said, wow, that's that thing where sometimes as a GM, you make a decision early, but it could come back to bite you with the team struggling the way it's struggling.
Yeah.
I guarantee you it was negotiated before. I mean, Liz, I think, arrived at training camp late because she had, I'm not for sure, but people were saying that she had already been booked for a DJ job.
Wow.
So I don't know,
Well, we shall, Penny, it's your job to do a better job of getting all the scoop and all the background information on what's going on out there.
I'm telling you what happened. I can tell you that I'm almost pretty sure.
You're pretty sure. All right. So that
it was said up front that, hey, coming into this year, remember she actually signed a new deal too. I'm coming in. I have this, and this probably to do.
Right. Just like when you take a new job.
Not knowing that the coach was going to be fired. They're going to have a new coach, and that their record will be what it is.
Yeah.
All right. I definitely have figured this out. Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your eye to the screen as I share our guest with you.
Bam.
Andrea Stinson.
Yes, sir.
Few athletes could possibly live up to the expectations that awaited Andrea Stinson when she played her first game at Reynolds Coliseum in November 1988. Given her sensational high school credentials, nothing short of greatness was expected. She delivered greatness and more.
Well, she's pretty
Andrea came to NC State as Kay Yao's most heralded recruit and the crown jewel of Yao's most acclaimed recruiting class. In 3 years at NC State, Andrea Stinson displayed a combination of athleticism and basketball skills that had to be seen to be believed. She scored with ease, using an incredible array of moves and drives to the basket. She was always the fastest player on the floor,
always,
even when dribbling the ball through traffic. A 3-time All-ACC selection and Conference Player of the Year as a junior in 1990. She was NC State's only 2-time All-American. Andrea Stinson is NC State's career leader in scoring average at 22.7 points per game. She's third leading scorer in school history with 2,136 points.
Please welcome to the show, Andrea Stinson. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
What's going on? How y'all doing tonight?
What up, Sid?
Hey, what's up, Spoon?
Wow, man.
Yeah, wow.
Golly, man. When the last time we about seen each other, man?
It's been a while. But first of all, let me say this. I am not trying to be more famous than either one of y'all, because I've been watching both of y'all, and both of y'all been doing your thing, and I am just so proud.
Oh, Sam.
Like I told Penny earlier, I sit back and I smile and I see all these girls, you two, Allison, Feast, all of y'all doing y'all thing. Hey, give you a clap.
Hey, thanks. I appreciate you, Stint. Hey, but I tell you what, Penny, I was looking at those highlights. I said, "Oh God, please don't let it go to the league. Please, I don't want to be in one of them."
No.
Hey, because you know what was gonna happen. She's on the fast break, and you going to cut her off. Finish opposite side of the rim. I was like, please don't let me be in one of those, man.
I mean, had great killer skills.
What?
Andre, you used to be balling, girl. You used to be balling. I mean, if Charlotte, you guys don't have some good players, but you're probably the best of the best that was there.
Absolutely.
And it's unfortunate that anybody that's watching this and never seen you play, I would say go to YouTube, Google, or do something, because Stick could do the thing.
Yeah.
Like 100 miles an hour, though. Just
100 miles an hour.
Bulldozing, freestyling, stealing the applause, all of it.
Well, when you grow up and you grow up playing against guys, you got to use your speed. You've got to use the things that you never thought that you would be able to use. And so once I learned to use it against the guys, I said, well, I need to use this against the girls, since they, that's where I'm going to be. So that's just how I started playing and kept doing my thing. And I do it for sheer love of the game, y'all. I love this game, and I will never stop loving it until I have that dirt over me and I'm done. I would always love this game.
Let me ask you this, because I always thought about this, and somebody asked me, I'm sorry, Vera, to cut you off. I'm sure you got a question.
I was just giving the shout out from Franthea Price, making sure that she saw that.
Yes.
Fran gave you a shout out here.
Hi, Fran.
What up? Ready, Fran?
Another baller.
Yeah, the price is right.
Another brawler. Yep, the price is right. That's
you ain't lying.
So let's
when you heard the team was coming to Charlotte, how did you feel?
Yeah.
When I heard a WNBA team was coming?
Yeah.
Oh man, I was excited. At the time I was playing in Italy. And me and Cheryl Miller, who was a teammate of mine at NC State, we were playing in Italy. And they said, well, the WNBA is coming. I said, now I want the WNBA to come on, because I'm tired of waiting. I know there are a lot of girls that feel the same way that I feel. I'm tired of waiting for this thing to go ahead and happen, because we all just sitting around filling our thumbs thinking, okay, it's coming. We're waiting. Hey, let's get this thing popping. And when they said Charlotte had a team, oh, man, I was smiling from ear to ear. I just knew. I said, well, Lord, just let Charlotte know that I want to be there. I want to be in Charlotte. Yeah. It's my city. It's where I grew up. And I know my family going to come. And with my family, that's enough.
Right. There we go. There's the stand. The stands
that's
get
enough
packed
fans right there.
That's it. Take us back a little bit. Talk about how you came into the game. You talked about a little bit already about growing up. I think we all have that. We, had a bunch of boys in the neighborhood or in the family or whatever, and we were all little tomboys running around playing the game. So tell us a little bit about your North Carolina experience.
Well, my North Carolina experience was outside courts, playing with the guys, playing in the guys' league, actually played baseball in my life. I played baseball with the guys, grew up playing baseball. I had a great teacher in Isaac Applewhite, rest in peace. He taught me a lot about the game. He took me in one-on-one and just taught me the game of basketball. He said, if you really want to learn this game, you really want to be successful at it, just learn the basic fundamentals and learn to do the little things, and it'll take you a long way. And so I did that and went into middle school, had another great coach in Florida, Jean Craig. She actually took me and molded me and taught me every position over again. And, and that's how I got started. And I just loved the game so much. But, my first love was softball. But basketball was going to get me this ride to college and go to school and get an education. So I decided I'm going to go the basketball way.
And you didn't go to just any college. You played for the great Kay Yow. What did she mean to you?
Oh, meant a whole lot to me. I mean, Kay Yow followed me around, and that's why I admire her so much. She came when she needed to come to see me. The assistant coaches were there all the time, and I just saw them all the time. And that made me realize they were really interested in me as a person and as a player to come and be a part of their program.
Wow. Wow. And then, I mean, you did big things there, obviously. Did you have a dream to go on at that point? You said you went overseas, but did you ever even imagine in college that there would be an opportunity for you coming into something like the WNBA?
Well, I had a dream of playing overseas because I heard about ladies playing overseas, in Japan at the time was the big place to go and play. So that was my dream, to be able to go overseas and play, never knowing that I really would actually accomplish that dream. But playing for Coach Al and the way she pushed you and allowed you to be yourself and just play your game, I kind of got, by my junior year, I was ready to go. You know, I was ready to go overseas and challenge being overseas and playing professionally.
Well, it didn't hurt that you scored 50 points in college, right? Like, it's not like people didn't know about you, because back then, even now, but 50 points.
Yeah.
Can you remember that game? Did you eat a special cereal that morning? What exactly happened that you knocked down 50 points in a game?
Listen, I don't remember that game. And that's a game that you don't remember because, you know, your adrenaline just going and you're playing and just loving what you're doing. And we were actually at Providence when I played that game. So it's a blur to me, but it's a game that they told me about. And, you know, to score 50 points, I didn't believe it myself when they told me that I scored 50 points, because I just play the game. I don't think about what I'm doing and how much points and how many rebounds. I never think about that stuff. I just go out and I play. And I guess that night I was that running rabbit up and down the court.
But so you mean to tell me, but afterwards, when they were like, yo, you have 50 points, you didn't do this?
You were like, no, ma'am, I didn't do all that. I just kind of said, okay, I scored 50. Okay. Well,
you did this, Rita.
Where's the next game? Look, where's the next game?
All right, fair enough. That's what I would have done. So I'm just so there was this other player back in the day by the name of Cheryl Miller. We have a lot of Cheryl Miller fans on here, and to many of us, especially coming up at the time that we came up, she was the GOAT, right? What do you know about Cheryl? Any thoughts there?
Oh man, I love Cheryl Miller, man. She was my favorite. Outside of the men, the Michael Jordan and the Sam Perkins, Cheryl was it. Cheryl was the woman, and I watched her a lot. And then when I was able to meet her when she coached Phoenix, and I was able to meet her, oh man, that was the greatest day in my life. I just love talking to her, and her personality is amazing. So Cheryl meant the world to me. She was one that I really loved to watch play.
Did you model your game after anybody in particular?
Well, you know, I modeled my game after Cheryl, Michael Jordan, Sam Perkins. And you know, those are three people. You know, Michael is the reason I do all the moves. Cheryl is the reason why I do the basic fundamentals. And Sam was the reason why I used that left hand. That was it. That's how my game came together. Those three people brought my game together. And like Spoon said, I love going to the opposite side of the basket. That left hand was more important to me than the right at the time.
Spoon, what do you remember? I mean, I know you were joking about it, but paint the picture for everyone out there who may not, I can't imagine, but there might be some young folks don't know about Stint. Paint the picture of what it looked like when you were defending Stint.
Look, she was my assignment or she was VJ's assignment. Either or. Now, when she was going off, I like, VJ, you got her. VJ, you got her. Look, I'm telling you, it was extreme quickness, extreme understanding of where she wanted to be on the floor and where she was going. She already saw what she wanted to do and what she wanted the defender to do. Matter of fact, it was a clip in the highlights. There was a clip in the highlights when she was with her right hand, pow, 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 pow. And everybody's going to stay stuck on her right hand. Like she said, she was good going left. They stay stuck on her right hand. When she went left, she brought that thing back and back right and scored. You had to be on your defensive game positionally If not, she was by you. The quickness, the speed, the understanding of the awareness of where she wanted to be on the floor. And look, and could shoot it deep.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't shit talk. She didn't shit talk. She just looked at you. Looked at you. I like, okay. When you got ready to play Stitch, you better be ready. You better, because she could put up numbers in many ways. It wasn't just on the outside. Like she said, the fundamentals to the gift and talent that she had made it very difficult. Outside, inside, she could get to the rim and finish over bigs, whatever it was, she could do it. And it made it very difficult. And then she went to the other end and played D.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We see that often. It's like, nah, I just want to score the ball. She went back and played D. So, there was some tough nights, man. I don't know. I mean, like for me and VJ, we were like, damn, we got some tough matchups every night. Man. You guys think she going off. I'm going over here with Staley. Hey, you guys Staley, I'm going over here with Staley right now.
I remember being in the Garden and also coming to Charlotte many times, broadcasting games and literally watching you play. And I would, I was doing the serious thing. Yeah, and they've been down 10 points and they haven't scored. And you would get the ball and I'd start screaming, the broadcast was done, right?
On the fast break, though, man, when she was on the break, that's when she was beautiful to watch, man. You like, everybody get back, cover the hole. If you cover the hole, she'll quick pull. Then you're like, I got to get up. But somebody else make sure you covering the hole. Boom, at the hole. You're like, damn. Yeah. Everybody had to get back when she's pushing in transition. Beautiful to watch in transition. Has so many ways to score. Beautiful to watch in transition. And while I'm talking about this, and I want you to know this, and I want you to hear this, is because we're always talking about the WNBA. We're always talking about the greatness of so many people. Your name should always be freaking mentioned. Your name, because the growth of our league started with you too. And don't let anybody say any differently. It started with what you brought to the game of basketball, period. Not just women's basketball, but to the game, period. Your name should be mentioned with everybody else's. You're outstanding in so many ways. Forget basketball. I know you as a friend. And I mean, when I tell you, I'll tell this story since as a friend. Them suckers beat us. Them suckers beat us in Charlotte, right? And the league made a mistake and put us on the same plane on the way back home. And me and Stint pretty tight, right? I ain't gonna talk to Stint, ain't gonna say nothing to Stint. And we all sitting close. I'm like, how the league make this mistake? We get to our hotels. Here comes Stint knocking on my door. Stint, I don't want to go right now. Dude. Y'all done beat us. But that's the friendship that we shared, man. It was more than just basketball. Yeah. That's about great people. Yeah, we're gonna compete. We want to win. You darn right. That's what we do. But when it comes to people, man, she's just such a great person, a great friend, and someone that you can always lean and depend on. That's. I love you. Just know that I love you for what you brought, out of me on a nightly basis. We all make each other better. What you bring to the court, hopefully I can make you better. What I bring to the court, hopefully I can make you better. Yes. That's what we try to do to grow our game.
Love you. To defend you and Penny and VJ. Man, I tell you, I had the toughest time with y'all and Swin and Swoops. I mean, I can go on and on and on. They talk about defending me, but I have to turn around and defend them and give them a basket. So it was competition. It was great. But when we were on the court, we competed. When we got off the court, we were the best of friends. Yep. We all hung out. Where we going? What y'all doing? What's the league? Where the party at?
That's right.
It was about being in a sisterhood where we could compete and compete hard, and then continue to be friends.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You mentioned PT up there. PT had a lot of shake and bake. She had a lot of shake and bake.
Exactly. I was glad because that was Mawadi, Mabikas, and Katrina Carden's decided. I'll go over there and get Stan, right? I also want to say about her game, though, you had a couple of different speeds. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You would be on the break and somebody would think they would catch you or run you down something, and you would put that ball behind your back, and like you say, either lay it up or go to that reverse. You had a lot of different speeds that you could, what I'm saying? How some people can play at one speed or two. You had a couple of speeds, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it was when I think back now, and don't get me wrong, these players today, they wouldn't be able to handle us. I don't care what anybody says. Because, I mean, you were great. And probably your name don't come up, like Spoon say, your name don't come up enough. It's because you just played. You know, you didn't have no gimmicks. You know, you didn't, how you say, talk trash to anybody, but you competed and competed hard. And everybody knew when they walked out there, try to keep her under 20. You know, try to keep her there, but you're going to get yours, you know. You guys had a great team, too. You had a great team.
Thank you. I just, you know, I enjoyed it so much, y'all. Y'all just don't know what it felt like to me to come home and be able to play in Charlotte. It was just unbelievable for me. And it's something that I will never, ever forget. And if I had a chance, I'd do it all over again. I go the same route that I've gone. I would do it all over again and just probably love on the game even more. Yeah. Because it's just, it has taken me to places that I never thought I'd go. My mama never thought I'd go and I'd be. And so I don't have to worry her no more. She's done worrying about where I am and what I'm doing. But I enjoyed every minute of it. And it just, you know, it's just always going to be with me.
Did you were in Charlotte and you had 1 year in Detroit, or because you didn't finish in Charlotte, right? Okay.
Yeah. One year in Detroit, and that was an amazing year with Bill Lambier and Rick Mahorn, and you know, and just being a mentor to those girls. I was like, look, I don't have to play. I played every game for 8 years. I started and played. I'm good. I was there to help mentor those girls, and that was fine with me. I didn't have a problem with that because I loved the game so, and I wanted to see them succeed and the WNBA continue to succeed.
Yeah. And you had one of the greatest comebacks, though, that people probably won't even know about. I believe that year, what did you guys start, Andrea? 1-10?
Oh, yes, 1-10.
And that was the Sparks' first. I believe that was our first championship against you guys. Yeah, they went 1-10 and came all the way back and won the Eastern Conference to play us in the championship game. Yep. And nobody, I don't think, has done that. Been 1-10 to come back and compete for a championship.
Yeah. And we added Tanya Edwards and a few other people to our roster. You know, it's just we played great basketball, but just couldn't finish.
Ann Donovan.
Yeah, with Ann Donovan. Yeah, Ann Donovan was our head coach, and we just couldn't finish. And she was like, y'all just stay with it. You know, we just got to stay with it and continue to play the way we're playing, and things will turn around. And it did. See, there was Trudy Lacey and Cheryl Reed.
That's right, Trudy.
Yeah. That's right, Trudy. Yeah.
Yeah, 1-10.
Yep, 1-10. So hey,
I warned you. I warned you before you came on here that you would get this famous question. So I just want everyone to know, all of our folks watching on Facebook Live and YouTube Live, thank you, by the way. I did warn that her top five, the top five question was going to come up. So go ahead and give it to us. I know you had a little time to prep.
You know, that's a hard thing to do. You play in a league that has so many talented young ladies in it, and to pick five is not fair. You know, that's not fair. You know, so I want to go, and I just want to say that, oh Jesus, I got to do this. Okay.
You got to do it.
So I'm gonna go with my top five. I'm gonna go with Swoops. I'm gonna go with Dawn. I'm gonna go with Tina Thompson, and I'm gonna stop because I don't know. You know,
you ain't gonna throw Cheryl Miller in there,
man. Well, you know, Cheryl is one that everybody knows. Everybody knows about Cheryl.
Well, you're gonna give us your next two because you can't give us three.
No, you can't. There ain't no top three.
You need some votes.
Everybody said that's it.
I'm gonna give three.
She said that's it.
Just let me stop.
No, you gotta go.
Okay. Well, you know, Katrina Mclean.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got to go with Katrina. You know, she just and you know, a lot of people don't know, but my girl Vicky Bullitt, hey,
Vicky was legit.
Vicky was legit And
Yes.
I love her to death. I played with her overseas. I played with her with the Sting. And I'm telling you, Vicky Bullet was one of the top. Yes.
Okay.
Could do
All right.
everything. Yeah,
There's
she could
a
do
new
everything.
name.
Shoot, handle the ball, pass, do everything.
Tough.
The top, the
Tough.
Tay wants to know, Spoon. Well, we on the show when we were talking, a lot of people threw your name out. Like when that top 25 list came out for the WNBA, your name was not on that. Is that something you thought about? You think about? How does that resonate with you?
Well, like I said, I play the game because I love the game. I don't expect to be, honored on everything that's going on and everything that happens in the WNBA, out of the WNBA or whatever. That is, it's part of the game. And I accept that as part of the game. Playing in the WNBA, there's going to be a lot of different talent come in, a lot of young people that come in, it's same as the Olympic team. Never played on Olympic team, but always played on the teams before.
Did you try out?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. For the 92 Olympic team?
Yes. 92, yes. Yep. But, that's just part of of being a professional player. You're going to get some, you're going to lose some, you're going to get on it, you're not going to get on it. And that stuff doesn't bother me. I play the game because I love it. And I just want young ladies and other girls to understand that, playing this game comes with the good and the bad. So, I accept that and I just move on and I just smile and keep on playing.
But see, that's what too, it comes back to a lot of people in this league don't know their history. Because if you know your history, that list would have been a whole lot different. Like I said at the time when it came out, if you let players vote, I think that whole list would have been different. And we live in a world, unfortunately, what have you done for me lately? So some people just look at what's happening now.
Right.
And really got to realize that a lot of these young ladies, they model their games after a lot of players that play this league.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, how do you leave Stin off and how do you leave Spoon off?
Right. Yeah.
I'm like Stin.
I'm telling you as a GM, if they're on the board, I'm drafting whichever one ain't been drafted. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Before at least 23 of those that was on the 25 list.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's one of those things too. Not knowing the history of who played in this league.
Can you give us some insight into Dawn Staley? We were very fortunate to finally get Dawn on the show. I actually host Dawn's award every year and have been nagging for a while. And I know that Rita had definitely gone to bat. So we got her on the show and she talked about so much and gave us so much insight. I'm wondering, I like this question from Hoop Baller Scoop. Can you give us some insight into what it was like, especially in those early years playing with Dawn and Charlotte?
It was amazing. Dawn and I had the greatest relationship. It's like sisters. And being on the court together, she is a great leader. She's a great point guard. She directed us. She led us. And that was something that we were missing in Charlotte. We were missing that leadership. And when Dawn came on, it became a brand new game. It became a different game, a different level. And she helped me raise my game to another level. She helped the whole Charlotte Sting organization raise to another level. She's just a down-to-earth person who I call her Dawn A. That's what I call her. We on the court. I'm like, Dawn A. And she's like, Spit, what's up? And I'm like, let's do this tonight. She's like, yep. But we share so many different emotions and things on the court. Like when we both don't agree on certain fouls, and sometimes some nights she's the speaking captain, sometimes I'm the speaking captain, and I'm like, Dawn, you got to go tell her this. And then she's like, you got to go tell her. And we just, we have the greatest time playing together with the Charlotte Sting, and Dawn is just amazing. I'm so happy and so proud of her.
Yeah.
And I tell her all the time. I'll text her. I'll call her. I was there when she won I was in Greensboro when she played in the Final 8. When she got to 16 and to 8, I was there. She took care of me. She always comes up and speak and talk and everything. So Dawn and I just on that level to where we just, it's crazy.
There's a guy named Steven Sykes. I want to get his shout out in. Said he was your number one fan, section 110 in the house. You know when you remember what section you sat in.
I know.
Yes. That's a real fan. That's a real fan.
And he and I are great friends. We have lunch. We have everything. Steven, I love you. Thank you for watching.
That's awesome.
Here's another question too. Another name that comes up on the show all the time is Teresa Edwards. And it's a lot of times when actually we had Teresa on the show as well, and which was very, very interesting. Another very, very insightful show. But a lot of the young folks have no idea who she is. Paint a picture for them.
A master of the game, a person who you can look at and say, "Wow, I want to master the game the way she did." Teresa Edwards was. Yeah, hey, I looked up to her because she actually played the position that I wanted, that I played, and did some things that I was like, wow, I'm gonna try that. Or I wanna be able to do this and do that Teresa does. She was one that I watched too over the years, and she could go on my list too. Definitely she could go on my list.
Well, she done jumped from 3 to 6.
Can I have 5.5? Can I have 5.5 or 6? I mean, that's what I told you.
You can definitely have 5.5 because we have to talk you into getting the 5. So you definitely can have 5.5.
That's why I didn't want to get the 5 because I knew I could go on past 5 and hit 10 or 12.
Yeah.
So I was trying to stop at a good point, Penny.
Let me ask you this, Stan. What do you think of the WNBA right now? What's your thought on these players and where we at or where we need to go? What's your thought about the WNBA?
Well, I watched the WNBA and it's exciting to me. It's what's the word I want to use? There's a lot of young talent that I see in the WNBA. There are a lot of girls that are not getting the opportunity to show their talents in the WNBA, with it being limited teams and limited number of players on a team. Right. Some college players I see, and then I don't see them anymore. And I'm like, well, what happened to them? And, sometimes they go overseas, sometimes they don't. But the WNBA to me it's exciting to me now. I watch and I see the girls and I'm like, wow, she could. I wonder if she could have played when we played. I think of things like that. Wonder if they could have competed with us when we first started the league, and just a lot of different things that I think about the WNBA. I don't have a certain opinion about it. I just I continue to watch though.
I have a question. Actually, this is going all out to all of you from Ballers Page. Your top 5 players. This is interesting. The top 5 players that never played in the WNBA. We always do the top 5 players, overall, the top 5 players in the WNBA. And this is going to segue into the All-Star game. But before we get into the All-Star picks, I did just this was an interesting question. If you could think, I see the wheels turning. And go.
Oh, mine would probably be Lisa Ingram. People never saw her play. I mean, legit like a mug. If you saw her play overseas, her 3 was just like killer. And if you would look at Lisa and think Lisa couldn't play, and Lisa was a baller. Lisa Ingram, LaTanya Pollard, the only player at Long Beach State that won the Wade, the best player in the country. If they had 3-pointers when she played, she might have averaged about 60. You know what I'm saying? Wow. It's funny too because people never seen Shauna Perry play before at San Diego State. Do you guys remember Shauna Perry?
Yes.
Yeah.
She was a post that could always. She had a great body too, like a great post body. Could do the moves, could play, and shoot and stuff. I said that would be 3. And believe it or not, I'm gonna tell you one of my favorite players. This is one of my favorite players, and unfortunately, she don't live in America, and that's Hortensia from Brazil. Oh my God! As a guard,
Why you have to go there, Penny, man? Come on, man. That girl was a killer, man.
That's what I'm saying. As a guard.
Yes.
The point guard, too. The point guard. What's her name? Paolo.
Who they used to call Magic. As a guard, I used to pray when I was so happy when I went over. I say, "Oh my God, I can't wait to meet overseas because overseas you can just go crazy with your offense. Let's just go for broke and really see, not on the national team planner." And a lot of people would never be able to see her play, but it was funny because when I was just watching the Olympic team, I go, man, people never got a chance to see these spectacular players, play.
Yeah.
Hortensia was definitely one of the best guards in the world, to me anyway, because she could shoot the three, had the swag. I just love her swag. That would be number 4. And number 5, number 5 that never played in the WNBA.
You see, did Medina Dixon play, you guys?
No.
Bam.
There you go. They're my number 5. They're my number 5. Medina Dixon.
Killer, baby.
Yeah,
Killer.
Medina Dixon was legit. Medina Dixon would be my number 5.
Man. See, she could go on my list too. See what I'm saying? I'm feeling me with this 5.
Top 5. That's it. That's all you get.
Medina Dixon.
That would be my 5. Yeah, she was legit. Yeah. She was legit. Medina was.
Yeah, Medina was. Wow.
Yeah.
So, let me see. The AT&T WNBA All-Stars announced. I want to see if I can grab this. And here's how the voting played out. Can you all see that with Kelsey Plum? Actually was the top vote getter, if I'm reading this correctly, followed by Jackie Young. So Las Vegas is out there killing it because of these two ladies. And of course, Wilson. But, man, I don't know if anybody... Kelsey Plum led the nation in scoring, greatest scorer of all time college basketball, right? But I don't think anybody thought that she would explode, or I should say people were probably waiting for her to explode. And now to be, there's the fan rank. And again, this is based on fans. You can see how the media rank and player rank. So that's how they weighted the scores.
Oh, sorry about that, Vera. I'm sorry. Because the top vote getters was Breanna Stewart and Aja Wilson.
Okay, so this is basically... their weighted score based on how the fans rank them. And I do believe that this is just for the guards is what I'm looking at. But this caught my eye. This is just for the guards of what I'm, because that determines the starting guards and the starting forwards, I guess, or post players, or how they do this. So, okay, there we go. Interesting.
See, that's another. Oh, go ahead, Vera.
Yeah, no, when I look at this, you see Wilson on top in terms of the fan rank, the media rank number 2. Breanna Stewart was fan rank number 2, media rank number 1. But sometimes when you go deeper into this, you start to understand why, because a lot of people start saying, why was this person slighted? Can't believe, is there anybody in particular you all are thinking about that didn't make so far, that has not been selected, that you think Diana Taurasi, I didn't see was on here.
Well, let's start with Courtney Vandersloot. Let's start with her. She'll probably be voted in. Courtney Vandersloot for Chicago.
For Chicago,
Chicago's sitting in second place right now. And, she just hit the big buzzer beater. Chicago's the hottest team in the WNBA right now.
And it's in Chicago, right?
Yeah, it's in Chicago. Candace is there.
It is in Chicago. That's right.
Vandersloot will probably make it there. Here's another one that I think, Vandersloot is legit. And I think sometimes she get overlooked because she's not boisterous or flamboyant with her game. But my God, she is accurate. And, they won the title last year. She hit the buzzer beater against Minnesota last week. I mean, Chicago had the largest comeback in WNBA history, coming back from 28 points down against Vegas in Vegas. And a lot of that is due to her lead. When you talk about leadership and good point guards, she's going to get in, but because she isn't flamboyant and do all these things, she probably would never be voted a starter. And you guys can prove me wrong by going to vote her as a starter next year, but yeah, I'm sure she's going to get there. But Kelsey Plum, I want to say something about her. I watched her play the Sparks the other day. Kelsey, like, I don't care how y'all coming. We just lost 2. We ain't losing this game here. And it goes to show you for people out there, because you know how when you're good in college, when you come to the WNBA, I don't care who it is, it's going to take you a minute. Especially if you're a guard, because the WNBA, you can have as many good posts as you want. It's still a guard's game. And I'm a guard saying that, and that's how I always felt that in order to win, you got to have good guards, you know? But this is why you have to be patient with them. Just like I say with Sabrina, you know, what's that? Onasku, I believe that's when everybody's chopping on her because she's nothing. You got to take a minute to get ready to play against some people with more experience in these things. But I'm gonna tell you something, Kelsey Plum, you know, Jackie Young made it. Did their first time. Matter of fact, Sabrina, Jackie, and Kelsey are 3 first timers that will be going as starters and at the All-Star game that will be going there. Where sometimes be patient with these players that are good in college when they come to the WNBA, because I'm gonna tell you something. I don't care how damn good you are in college. When you get to the WNBA, everybody can play.
That's right. It takes time to adjust.
You know what I'm saying?
It took us time to adjust.
I was about to say, what did the All-Star game feel like for you all?
It took us time to adjust. Oh, All-Star.
Well, I never played in one. I was a GM winning championships. I'll let y'all take that one spoon and stamp.
Exciting because it was in New York. The first one was in New York. I was just happy to see Whitney Houston. That's what I remember. Watching Whitney sing. That's what I remember.
Really?
That's all you remember.
Basketball was going to be basketball. But if you get Whitney Houston in the building to sing for us, that's the excitement right there. We were going to have fun. We were excited to have an All-Star game. We were extremely excited to have one, but to bring in who they brought in to show support of our league, shoot, man, that was the most exciting. That gave you even more energy to want to play because they were supporting what we were trying to bring back to America.
Yeah. Stan, how about you?
You know,
three-time All-Star.
It was a great time. I enjoyed myself being with all the top players and interacting with them and, you know, and playing just, you know, you just had to do your thing. And they were like, Stan, listen, well, I'm going to rebound. You throw it out to you. You do your thing and da-da-da-da. But, you know, hey, sometimes it didn't happen that way because we all were good at what we did. So it didn't happen that way. So, you know, you just had to, I had fun. I enjoyed it. And it was a great experience for me.
Anybody knows who is the longest reigning All-Star player?
Sue? No. Bird?
You got it right. Sue Bird.
13 times.
Still going.
13 times.
Still going.
Yep.
13
times. What about Taurasi not making it, though?
What, this year?
Yeah.
Well, as a starter, I can see her not making it as a starter.
You can see that? Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure the coaches are probably.
Yeah, because the coaches will put their team together. Yeah.
They'll put it together, yeah.
And I want to take my hat off to the WNBA because, you know, paying homage to Sue and Sylvia, because usually the top number 1 and 2 vote getter become the captains, and they made honorary captains. They made co-captains along with Asia. I think Asia will be with Sue, if I'm not mistaken, and Sylvia will be with Brianna, and they're going to be co-captains, and they're going to pick a team. Yeah. Since it's Sue's last year and Sylvia's last year in the league. That's league. I thought that was classy with the league to interject and make that happen.
Yeah. All right. So another one from Hype Baller Hoops. Andre, did you know about Cynthia Cooper before the WNBA? Talk about how she came into the WNBA at 34 and kicked some booty. People didn't realize she was out of her prime in that way. And Coop has been on the show. We have had some interesting shows for sure, especially when it came around to talking about the GOAT. That was always fun. But talk about Coop a little bit, what you know about her.
Well, I was fortunate enough to go to Italy and play for what is the team that she played for? Come on.
She played for Parma.
I went in after Cynthia Cooper had played in Parma. So don't to ask me if I know about Super Cynthia Cooper. Yes, I know about Cynthia Cooper.
Yeah,
I went in, man, to go in behind her and play was an experience for me. I had to sit those people down and explain to them and understand that I am not Cynthia Cooper. I'm not Cynthia Cooper. I am Andrea Stinson. I do what I do. I play the way I play. And I can't do what Cynthia Cooper did. I can't come in here and tell you that I'm going to do what she did. So to let you know that I ended up not finishing the season there because they wanted me to be Cynthia Cooper. And Cynthia Cooper is a legend. Cynthia Cooper is an unbelievable baller. And I just couldn't go in and try to, they wanted me to be her. And that wasn't what I wanted to do. And that wasn't my responsibility to go in there and be her. But
well, first of all, you would have had to rap, score a point, and then run back down the court and tell everybody it's me. So not too many people can beat you. Because Cooper rap in English and then throw it out in
everything. Everything.
I just wasn't that wasn't me. And so, it just didn't work because, they just wanted me to be her. And I did not want to step on her toes and be her. I wanted I don't want to have any part of being Cynthia Cooper. She is the one and only Cynthia Cooper, and she will always be. Now I'm trying to be myself. I'm trying to be me and get myself going. So But hey, Cynthia Cooper, just one of the greats. One of the greats.
Absolutely.
I when we played her at times, I just watched her. I just stood there and I watched her like, what is she gonna do next? And how's she gonna do it, man? I just did.
There is as I'm peeping at the clock, I'm always looking. What is that great question to ask? This actually will bring us full circle. Who is the current WNBA Mount Rushmore right now? If we had to,
there y'all go again with this.
Hey, you hear me, Stit? They messing with you right now, dog. They messing with you.
They messing with me right now. Come on, help me out here.
That's for everybody. That's for everybody. It's a good question. By the way,
put yourself on that Mount Rushmore. Put yourself up there. Put yourself up there.
Only if you join me. Only if you join me. I put myself up there. Only if you join me.
I'm serious. When they ask you to create that Mount Rushmore, put yourself up there. Put yourself up there and then get a next 4.
Penny, who you putting up there?
I can't do it, y'all. Why y'all put Penny? Help me out here.
Nation says Cynthia Cooper, Maya Moore, Diana Taurasi, Lisa Leslie. That's from Hoops Nation. Yeah. And we just brought on, I just wanted to make sure I introduced Rita Haywood for anybody that's new. I don't know how, but Rita Haywood, our executive producer, keeps this show running. Rita, any thoughts? You got a Mount Rushmore?
I'm not touching it. I can't even. It's too many. You can't touch it.
Hey, so let's do it this way. Current. I just saw that. Who is on the current WNBA Mount Rushmore of? Let's just take it from current players right now, because that'll bring it full circle to what we were talking about who was selected.
Well, I would definitely put Asia Wilson up there.
Asia Wilson, okay. Yeah. Who else?
Breanna
Stewart. All right.
Sue Bird is playing, so you got to put her on there.
You got to have Sue Bird on the. You have to. And we need a 4.
Come on, Penny.
You say you need
on Mount Rushmore.
Brianna could be that. I don't.
Brianna, I think we said Brianna. Asia,
I would say Candace Parker. I know.
And Candace.
I would put Candace on there.
Mm-hmm. Those 4. Yeah. Yep, I'm getting some good ones. Cynthia. Okay, no, that one's. I just want current.
And current players.
Wilson, Stewart, Sue, and Taurasi. I would. Yeah, you might have to put Taurasi on the current Rushmore.
Well, I'm gonna tell you who else you may have to put up there as far as current. Let's not forget Jacqueline Jones. You know what I'm saying? Because she's.
Oh yeah. You know I'm always gonna go for
Jones is Jacqueline Jones is, I believe, is legit. I believe she's legit.
She's legit. See, there we go again. We got too many. Y'all
Elena Deladon hasn't played much in the last couple of years.
You can't put a. I don't think you can put Elena up there yet.
Like Penny mentioned it earlier. Penny mentioned it earlier, you guys, and she's a playmaker that I really, really love, and that is Vandersloot. I love Vandersloot. I really love her too. I love this kid. Always has. Her IQ is off the charts. Her ability to bring things out of other players is off the charts. Like you said, 28 points down. Yeah. She's like, hell no. We winning this thing, but this is how we going to get it done. Right. Play by play. I know who I want to get the ball to. I know how we're going to win this game. Bang, got it done.
Yeah. And where does Sylvia Fowles fit in all this?
Oh, Lord, yes. Fowles.
You know what I mean? When you're talking like,
time out.
Like she's still playing right now.
He's gonna stand.
I need a
roll it over.
Give me one.
These are 30.
Give me an entire mountain, and I will fill the entire mountain because you cannot just put 5 or 6 players. You can't do it.
Can't do it.
You can't do it.
You see how we just did this? Kept going.
Yeah, we kept going.
Keep going and going and going. I don't
know. But before we go off, Veer, and I know like. We can go over because it's certified unscripted. I want people, because we haven't talked about it because we took so many questions. Tell people what you've been doing lately. You know,
yes, please fill us in.
Please, because I don't want people going to leave. Well, what is she doing now? What is wait, before we get off the show, we have to tell people what you are doing now.
Okay. Yeah. Well, for the last 10 years or so, I've coached high school. I've been on the high school level. Just last year. In November of last year, I took a position at Bluefield University, which is in Bluefield, Virginia, and I am the assistant coach for the men and women's basketball program.
Wow, busy.
Yes, busy. I like.
Did you ever want to coach in the W?
Yes, I would love to get an opportunity to coach in the W. I've often called a couple people at the time that they were coaching in the W and. To see if I could get in, but wasn't able to get in. But I would love to.
I
will.
Yeah.
I'll keep trying.
But that's the thing. That this is the thing. God dog it. This is the thing.
Come on,
man. When we get talking about this gets next to me because you played in this league. You have to build this league, and then what happens to us is, well, what is your background? Who have you coached? Where have you coached? What have you done? What do you mean, what have I done? Let me roll out my resume and let you see what I've done. I played this game. I understand this game. I want to help the league grow. They need to bring more of us back into the fold and allow that to happen because there's a little bit more of insight from the former players who want to do this that needs to be heard and spoken of. It needs to be. It just does. It gets to me sometimes when you hear that. And now the world, you hear her. She said she wants to be in the W. Why not let it happen? That part. I agree with you. That part.
I agree with you, Spoon. It's just, I see a few players that played when we played, coaching, but it should be more. It should be more people that that started the league, that has played in the league, that's in there helping these young ladies because, I mean, if you didn't play in the league and you didn't know what the league was about when it started, how are you helping these young ladies now being able to play in the league? So I don't know, but I'm still going to try. And keep trying. Anybody I need to send my resume to, hey, it's long enough. I'll send it to you.
There you go.
The league is doing their part too because the league, what was that, 2 years ago, implemented that they allowed a third assistant to come in and coach, but it had to be a former WNBA player. Now I think it's just a matter of reaching out and connecting with the right people, Stan, and you'll get it because they did create that position. That's sort of how Simone got on the Sparks beat. So I'm just speaking because I'm in LA, and now she's one of the second coaches up on the Fred with Patricia. And then I mean, look at Tanisha, look at Vicky, look at Becky's in first place probably because she knew the product before. Like what Spoon said, if you know the product, that's half the battle right there. I mean, even when I had to go coach, I knew the product. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
And that's an advantage in this league. And I think that a lot of former players would be good coaching these particular players, because these players are different then no offense to anybody out there when I say this, some of the veteran that's been in the league for 100 years, these players are really, really different, Yeah, but sometimes you got to say when they get crunk, well, I did this, like you say, okay, you did that, but here's my resume. Now go do what I tell you to do.
We had a question that came in much earlier in the show, just talking about what can we do, what are your thoughts on, bridging this history, kind of like what we're doing here. We're getting a chance to, talk about the new, yes, but definitely trying to help people learn about some of the greats of the past and the history of the past. And I think that having one other advantage of having former players as coaches is it does make it easier, very, very easier for the media to right there get that out. And there's Andrea Stinson, man, she could ball that back in the day when she played for Charlotte Sting, blah, 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 blah. It makes it's kind of an easy translation of all of that history right into the current right then and there, because it's kind of out of sight, out of mind. Right. And I love what we do here on this show.
And that's why we bring you back
in sight. Yeah.
Well, and that's the reason we're able to get people such as Andrea, Teresa, Dawn, because when we play, we have relationships.
That's right.
And some people may try to get these people, and that's why they respond to our phone calls, and that's why they come on our shows, They come on our show because they know it's going to be a good show, because like Spoon and Andre and everybody sitting here, not only were we competing against each other, but we were legitimate friends too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Penny, we had to give Erica a huge shout out. Last week we had Erica,
I
Trisha,
know.
And Anita. They were all on the show. They filled in the gaps. And it was
wanted
awesome.
to be on when they were on this show. So Erica, you got to come back. Marina, shame on Beer. I wanted to be on the show when they were. One time I tried to chime in, but I was in the club and
when you say in the club,
you heard that, right? She was in the club.
The Wi-Fi wasn't good because it's not hooked up in there yet. And I'm gonna tell you, I miss you guys, and it's been killing me not to be with you guys. But Eric, I hope you guys come back, because I wanted to be on the show with them, because you guys are such huge supporter of women's basketball. It would have been awesome to discuss, everything that's been happening the last week, the firing of the coach, the flip-flop of the players, all that stuff. So you guys got to come back. So during the playoff, Rita, I want to be on the show with them.
We got another special segment.
We're going to get them back.
We got to have another fan. What do we call it? The famous fan or something? I don't know. We made it up on
Tuesdays.
What was it?
True Fan Tuesday.
True Fan Tuesday. That's right. Okay. All right. So we're going to have to do that again. But tonight we had a true legend.
Yes.
Wow.
Thank you, guys.
I really and you wore my number 32. So secretly, even though I was broadcasting for the Liberty, I was a fan, right? Don't get mad, Spoon. Don't get mad.
I'm not. I get it, because I was too.
Hey,
I think everybody was.
Hey, keep it 100. That's what we do. We keep it 100.
I have autographed basketball cards, and you guys remember when the league started and they had all our cards?
Yeah.
So somebody comes try to rob my house in the next 10 years, and I got legendary, the trading cards.
Yes, I have a whole book of them, Penny. I have an entire book of them. Spoon, I got 2 I need you to sign. And Penny, I got like 3 for you to sign. I have
whatever you need.
I
got
carry my book with
girl.
me. And whenever I see y'all, I carry my book. I got my book. I got to get an autograph on all of them. I got
done.
I got Dawn. I got Cheryl. I got Tina. I got Lisa. I need Spoon, and I need Penny, and I need yes.
Done.
I got the whole set
sign.
I got the whole
when
set.
I'm competing, I'm not coming myself to ask you, but I send that manager go over to get them cards signed.
Yes.
Michelle's got Michelle Reed. I remember Michelle Reed.
Yo, Reedy, what up, Reed?
Yeah,
I have all y'all trading cards. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, she
Rita,
played for the Sparks.
She put that Spark uniform.
What'd you say, Vera?
Rita, here we go. What's up on the legends on the screen they requested? That's
So
from Keisha.
y'all
So
keep
all
saying
these
the same people,
requests coming up in the
and we
sidebar.
keep calling them. So we're still reaching out. You know, it's on their time frame. But just know that we're reaching out, we're making calls, and we're in touch with Lynette. We're in touch with everybody, but it's all, you know, based on their schedule and what they have going on in life.
Right.
So
Yeah,
you just gotta be patient and keep showing up for the show.
I hope you go back and get my girl
Showing up for the
Venus.
show.
I hope you go back and get my girl Venus.
Today we got.
Man, y'all gotta get Venus, man.
I love my girl
Hey,
Venus.
I'm telling you.
Come on, 2 weeks ago, but then something happened. You know.
Yeah. Hey, we get Venus on here, the show will never be the same.
It will never be the same.
You know, she was supposed to be on 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And since we're mentioning Venus, y'all, let's just keep her in our prayers. Keep her and her family in our prayers.
Yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
So, yeah, everybody's locked and loaded. We just gotta wait for them to, you know, pull the trigger to get here. So
that's right.
And in the meantime, you all, everybody out there, are Facebook Live, YouTube Live. Thank you so much. Keep it coming. Send your questions and comments. You can always post here, but it definitely goes directly to our executive producers if you send it to certifiedunscripted.com. And stay off of my personal cell phone.
Stan, we just want to thank you for taking time, to come out tonight. We really appreciate you taking time. I mean, we go back like car seats, and you know, when I think of you playing, I think of go back like car seats.
Lean back. Okay.
Use that.
I mean, too, let me go back like car seats.
You know? So my thing is, I think of you playing. All I think of is a locomotive coming. Like, you better move out the way. Yep. She coming. Here she coming. High stepping with the stutter, the skip and the stutter. So
yeah,
she was always a fan favorite and my favorite too.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Hey, Spoon, it was
great
to be in touch with you. Penny, love
good
you.
seeing you.
Hey, y'all
love
keep
you.
doing y'all thing. Reed, I appreciate you having Vera.
Yeah.
Hey, 32, I'm gonna hold it down. You hold it down. We'll keep it going. I
That's
appreciate y'all and all the love, and thank you so very much for having me.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, and
love you,
keep
Stan.
posting
We love you, Stan.
And
will,
keep
Penny, I'm
posting,
gonna
because
send
that's
you my
how I
resume.
love following your career.
I'm gonna send you my resume, Penny. I'm gonna send it to you.
Hey, you never know where I'm gonna be at next.
I know, right? Exactly.
But Andrew, seriously, keep posting, all you guys. I like, this is how we follow everybody. I have to thank God for Mark Zuckerberg, because it's nice, even they call it, Facebook is for old people. It's nice to see. That's how I knew what you were doing, coaching and reconnecting and supporting one another. So keep posting, because I want to see how what's happening when you get to that job and you coaching men and women.
Yes, I'll let you know. I definitely let you know.
I just want to say one last thing. I just want to give out a shout out to my brother Rami out in Bay Shore, Brentwood area. You know, we lost our brother and it's his birthday today. So I hope he keep his head up and know that he's always with us, So I appreciate y'all showing love in the beginning of the show, and just know that I appreciate each and every one of y'all much.
Thank you.
Thank
you very much.
We love y'all. And we love you, Rita.
We love you, Rita. We love you for bringing this together. And we love all of you for watching us. Penny, do I have permission to close the show?
You can close it now. Go ahead. You
bit my head off one way. I was trying to speak. When it comes to women's hoops, we're not new to this. We're true to this. We are certified.
Unscripted.
Till next week. See you next Tuesday, everybody. Thanks a lot.
See you guys.
Thanks, Dan.